Hello students, before we start our chapter, I would like to request you all to watch our introductory 2 videos given by me so that you will be clear about the 3-step strategy to do Dhamaka in physics exams. We have given the videos in the description box, or you can just click on our videos displayed at the end of this video for either introductory 2 videos or the next videos. Okay then, let's enjoy physics by Mr. Patel, who has a long, profound experience of 29 years of teaching physics in Sainik School, Balachadi.
Now solve numerical 5.5 on page number 181. Figure shows, this figure, a small magnetized needle P placed at a point O. The arrow shows the direction of its magnetic moment. The other arrow shows the different position and orientation of the magnetic moments of other magnetic needles. These are other magnetic needles and they show the magnetic moments of other magnetic needles. This is the P at the position O. So, due to this field, say this is field of this is like this, correct? So, dipole moment is in the direction as shown in the figure. So, this will be like maybe south pole here and north pole here, you can consider. So, magnetic lines of force will be from north to south, they are continuous like this, they will go like this, correct. Now, here number 1 question, in which configuration the system is not in equilibrium? The system will be not in equilibrium, that is when the magnetic dipole moment and the magnetic field, they are at right angle, that is potential energy is minus, is given by the equation minus mqbp. It is m dot bq, that is mqbp cos theta. When it is a perpendicular, then cos theta will be cos 90, that is 0, correct. So, this will be a 0. So, that will be not in the equilibrium. The PQ1 and PQ2, you can say PQ1, this is at right angle, the field will be like this. It goes like the field lines if you draw. So, field lines and the dipole moment B, that is BP field due to this dipole BP, and the MQ1, the dipole moment of this, they are at right angle. Here also right angle, PQ2. So, PQ1 and PQ2, the system is not in equilibrium. Number 2, in which configuration is the system is unstable equilibrium? We know that is unstable equilibrium, then angle is 180, that is anti-parallel, correct. So, you can see anti-parallel, this magnetic field lines, the magnetic field is in this direction, this is in the opposite direction, correct. Similarly, here this also magnetic field is like this. So, this is in opposite as Q4 and Q5. The Q4 and Q5, they are in unstable equilibrium, because here MQBP is 100, angle is 180 and that is equal to 180 cos 180 is minus 1, that is MQBP plus, it will be minus will be plus, potential energy is maximum also. In which system it is stable equilibrium? The stable, that is parallel. You can see here magnetic field lines will go like this. So, they are parallel. So, angle is 0. The dipole is in the uniform magnetic field as placed in the, that is magnetic field as parallel. Here also like this. So, parallel, correct. So, these two, in these two cases, the system is in stable equilibrium. The parallel, that is angle is 0, the cos 0 is 1, that is potential energy minus MQBP, correct. Now, in which case configuration that correspond to the lowest potential and the lowest potential energy? You can see here it is along the axis, whereas here along the on the bisector, correct. This dipole moment, this is on the bisector. So, in the bisector it is half, correct. Here it is on the axis, it is double. correct. So this 2p, as we have seen earlier, that is the field is q0 upon 4 pi 2m upon r cube on the axis, so correct. So potential energy here will be minimum. Let us see the question 5.5 again. Yesterday we have seen, we will see with little more details. This is the magnetic needle having the dipole moment MP, correct. Its magnetic field is BP, shown like this, correct. So other magnetic needles are the Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, Q5 and Q6, having the magnetic moments say MQ, correct. You can say MQ6, MQ5, MQ4, MQ3, MQ2 and MQ1 also, correct? But it is the same, so we have put like this. Now the question is that in which configuration the system is not in equilibrium. We have seen yesterday, that is in the number 1, this configuration system is not in equilibrium because the magnetic moment of this is from S to N, and this is the correct, and it has a field like this. So what is that field? BP. BP is as shown in the figure. So BP and this MQ, this is 90 degree. So potential energy is given by equation we have seen yesterday, U is equal to minus MQ BP, MQ dot BP, sir, MQ dot BP, that is, or MQ BP cos theta. Here cos theta is 90 degree, you can see. So in number 1, configuration PB1, MQ is perpendicular to BP, magnetic field. So U1 is minus MQ BP cos 90, that is 0. Number 2, here also magnetic field, this arrow shows the direction of magnetic field BP of a dipole P. Dipole, that is this one, P needle, dipole of needle P. So this is the direction, and this is also a right angle. So in the second also, the configuration, in the second case, the configuration PB2, MQ is also perpendicular to BP, MQ is perpendicular to BP, that is the M minus MQ BP cos 90, and that is equal to 0. So this system is not in equilibrium because it is 0. Let us see others. Third, here the magnetic field is in this direction. You can draw one more line also. So they are parallel. They are in the same direction, along the direction, correct. Magnetic field BP and the dipole, correct, they are in the same direction. So U3 is equal to potential energy U3 of this system, that is PB3 is equal, in system PB3 MQ is parallel to BP, that is magnetic moment of this Q for the third needle is parallel to the B. Therefore U3 is equal to minus MQ BP cos 0, parallel, that is 0, that is minus MQ BP minimum. Therefore U3 is equal to, now this is the magnetic moment placed in the, on the which line? The equatorial line of this NS. So what is the field on the equatorial line? BP is mu 0 MP upon mu 0 upon 4 pi MP upon R cube. This is on the equatorial line, normal, this is on the normal line, correct. So put the value of this, that is the field BP is mu 0 upon 4 pi MP upon R cube on the equatorial line. So potential energy will be minus MQ BP, so MQ into BP is this one. So that is equal to mu 0 minus mu 0 upon 4 pi MP MQ R cube. Now the fourth configuration, they are in the opposite direction, that is anti-parallel. Angle is 180. So that will be plus. Therefore U4 is equal to minus MQ BP cos 180. The cos 180 is equal to minus 1. So minus minus plus, that is plus MQ maximum. In the fifth case, that is this case, here also they are in the anti-parallel, you can see. The magnetic field is in this direction, correct. So in configuration PB5, MQ is also anti-parallel. So in fourth and this case, they are anti-parallel. Here and here parallel. correct? Here 90 degree, perpendicular. Here parallel, here anti-parallel. So U phi is equal to minus m cube Bp cos 180. That is also same as before, plus m cube Bp here also. So in these two cases is a plus m cube Bp, that is maximum. In the last case, this one Q6, the potential energy of this configuration minus m cube Bp. What is this? This is parallel to the Bp. Field is like this. You can draw one more line. That is parallel. So angle is 0, cos that is cos 0 is 1, that is minus m cube Bp. Now here also minus m cube Bp, in U3 also minus m cube, but this is on the equatorial line. Whereas this is NS is the line, the x is passing from the NS, so this is on the axis. So on the axis field is just double than that. That is, it is Bp is on the axis, Bp is equal to mu 0 2 mp, it is upon r cube. So it is a double, therefore mq into Bp, Bp is equal to mu 0 upon 4 pi 2 mp upon r cube, that is minus mu 0 upon 4 pi 2 mp mp upon r cube for a small dipole at a large distance, correct? So we have neglected the magnetic length here, dipole length we have neglected. So you can see from these two equations, the U6 and U3, compare this. Which is less? This is negative, so this is more or less. This is more or less, just double than this less. So this is minimum. U6 is the potential energy of this configuration is minimum among all configuration. Many of the diagrams in the following figures show magnetic field lines, that is thick lines in the figure. They show the magnetic lines. They show wrongly. Point out what is wrong with them. Some of them may describe electrostatic or electric field lines correctly. Point out which one they show the electric field lines, correct? Number 1, you can see these are not the lines of force, that is magnetic lines of force. It seems to be the electric field due to the point charge like this. If it is magnetic field then of a wire carrying the current, then there will be a circle center as a wire, correct? Number 2, this B, this is also a wrong. So this is also a wrong one. This is also a wrong one, correct? This shows electric lines, of point charge, electric lines of force or point charge, of positive point charge. They are emerging out of that is emanating from that is positive. B, this is also wrong, because the magnetic lines of force, they are intersecting. They do not intersect each other. Otherwise, there will be two fields at a point, which is not possible. Another one, these are the point out of the space. That is, they are circles, close path, but not here, out of the space, out of the magnetic field they are. So B is also wrong. The direction of the field at the point of intersection is ambiguous. There is further arrow in the figure. The magnetic field lines can never seem to close loop around the empty space. So they are closed loop around the empty space. In empty space they never form. If it is a magnetic field, space of the magnetic field, then they form the closed loop. This is correct figure. It's of a bar magnet. Now see the toroid solenoid. This is also correct. The magnetic field is confined along uniformly. This is also a correct one. They are confined within the current. The current is flowing in this. These are the copper wire turns in which the current is flowing. Now D, this is also a wrong. In the solenoid, the field lines, correct, is not uniformly or concentrated at the ends points. This uniformly it is shown. In the center is all right, but at the ends they fade away. That is, the lines are going like this. Inside this, they are confined. Correct? So they are never parallel at the ends. So this is also a wrong one. This wrong. Here, magnetic field lines, they are emerging out of this point, that is, say, consider the north pole, correct, and entering at the south pole. They can form a closed loop. So this is a correct figure. Correct. If you take this Ampere, this Gaussian surface, correct, then flux entering is equal to flux leaving, or coming in is equal to going out. You can take, because arrow, you see the arrow is, that is, here also if you draw, you can draw arrow here also. So if you take the Gaussian surface, then the lines entering is equal to number of magnetic lines of force leaving, that is, net flux is 0, correct. So this is also a correct one. E is correct one. These are the field lines, magnetic field lines due to the bar magnet. Correct. Then next, F. This is also wrong. Compare these two. Here lines are entering, here lines are not entering, here emerging from both the sides. Here they are not emerging from both the sides. If this line goes like this line does not go like this, it is emerging like this. So observe typically. So these are the just like the lines of force due to a electrostatic charge plate, positively charged plate. Correct? They are emanate out of the plate, here also out of the plate, here also out of the plate, you see, both way, and they are converging to the another plate. So this acts as a positive, you can say this acts as a positive plate, and this acts as a negatively charged plate. Correct? It is not the lines of force of magnetic field, but they are the lines of force of positively charged plate and positively charged plate and the negatively charged. They converge. See, if you consider this, observe the or see the negatively charged plate, the lines of force are converging. Here also converging. They are coming from the positively charged but converging to the negatively charged, as we have studied in the electrostatics. Then last one, and G. This is just like the electromagnet of U shape. These are the two poles, magnetic lines of force. They form the fringes in the middle. It is not like that. They are like this. They are not parallel. So this is also a wrong one. So this is correct. This is wrong. This is lines of force of electrostatic field. This also. Example 5.8. 186 is a solved example. The earth magnetic field at the equator is approximately 0.4 Gauss. Estimate the earth's dipole moment. Equation for the magnetic field on the equatorial line is, that is the BE is equal to mu 0 m upon 4 pi r cube. If it is on the axis, then it is 2 m. On the equatorial line, it is mu 0 m upon 4 pi r cube. So magnetic moment m is equal to dipole moment m is equal to BE, earth magnetic field, into radius of the earth cube upon mu 0 upon 4 pi. So BE is given already 0.4 g. Radius of the earth is also given 6.4 into 10 raised to 6 meter, and mu 0 upon 4 pi we know 10 raised to minus 7 Tesla meter ampere minus 1. Introduce this value, we get this m is equal to 1.05 into 10 raised to power 23 ampere into meter. The unit of magnetic moment is ampere into meter square. We know that I into A, current into area. This is very close to the value experimentally or geographical it is calculated, that is 8 into 10 raised to power 22. This you can write as a like that 10 into 10 raised to power 22, that is 10 and 8 almost very close. Next example. In the magnetic meridian of a certain place, at a certain place in the magnetic meridian, the place is in the magnetic meridian, the horizontal component of the earth magnetic field is 0.26 Gauss and the deep angle is 60 degree. What is the magnetic field of the earth at this location? It's the oral answer. We know that this angle between this, correct? This is the magnetic field direction at that place, earth magnetic. If you put the magnetic needle, suspend freely, it will show this direction. NS will point in this direction, as we have studied earlier. So, this is the direction of the magnetic field at this place, that is BE, E for earth and B is magnetic field. The horizontal component of the earth magnetic field is HE, H for horizontal and E for earth. And this is vertical component ZE. In your book it is ZE given, in some book it is given V and H also, correct. So, HE is equal to, this angle is the theta, this is a deep angle. The angle between two meridian, this is correct, this meridian and this is geographical meridian and magnetic meridian, that is vertical plane passing from the geographical north and south is called geographical meridian, and vertical plane passing from the north south of a magnetic pole, earth magnetic poles, that is called the magnetic meridian. Declination, the inclination is this inclination is the angle made by the earth magnetic field at that place with the horizontal. So, this is the horizontal and this is the magnetic field direction. So, this one is the inclination angle. Remember, it is inclination is deep, but declination is not a deep, correct. So, HE is equal to BE cos I, correct. So, BE is equal to HE upon cos I. Now, I is the angle, this angle is 60 degree inclination angle, that is B is equal to point, it is given horizontal component 0.26 Gauss upon cos 60 is half, that is 0.5. It's very easy oral answer. A solenoid has a core, next example 5.10 on page number 191. A solenoid has a core of a magnetic material with a relative permeability 400. The winding of the solenoids are insulated from the core and carry a current of 2 ampere. If the number of turns is 1000 per meter, that is small n, calculate the H, magnetizing field, then B, magnetic moment or magnetism induced per unit volume, that magnetic moment per unit volume is the magnetization M, and B, the total field, and next the D, the magnetizing field current depends on the material of the core, as what we have studied in the solenoid, and is given by the equation H is equal to ANI. I is the current and N is the number of turns per unit length. So, current is 2 ampere in the coil of a solenoid and number of turns per unit length of a solenoid is 1000. So, that is equal to 2000 ampere per meter, correct. Now, this is turns per meter and this is ampere. So, what is the unit? This unit of this is 1 upon meter, correct, turns upon meter, and this unit of 2 is, that is ampere, current in ampere. So, ampere upon meter. Now, next B. The magnetic field B is given by the equation B is equal to mu H. Mu is the permittivity of the medium, that is equal to relative permittivity into permittivity of free space. That is relative permittivity is the permittivity of the material upon permittivity of free space. That is mu is equal to mu r into mu 0. So, mu is equal to mu r into mu 0. So, equation becomes mu r into mu 0 into H. So, mu r is already given 400 relative permittivity, mu 0 already we know constant 4.10 is to minus 7 Newton per ampere square, and H already we have calculated, the 2 into 10 raised to 3 or 2000 ampere per meter. So, B is equal to this one, that is 1 Tesla. Now, magnetization M is given by the B is equal to mu 0 H plus M also, correct. We want to calculate the M from this So B is equal to mu 0 H plus, simplify this, mu 0 M. So B is equal to minus, B minus, take this on this side, B minus mu 0 H, and that is equal to mu 0 M. So M is equal to, now we want M. M is equal to B minus mu 0 H upon mu 0. B minus mu 0 H upon mu 0. Therefore B is equal to, now B is equal to mu r mu 0 H. B is equal to mu r mu 0 into H minus mu 0 H upon mu 0. So H0 is, mu 0 is common. So it will be mu r H minus H. So H is common again. So if we take H common, bracket will be mu r minus, this will be 1. Therefore B is equal to H into bracket 400 minus 1, that is 2 into 10 raised to 3 into, this is 399, that is equal to approximately, we can take this is 400, then this is 800, 800 into 10 raised to 3, that is 8 into 10 raised to power 5 Tesla. So magnetic field is 8 into 10 raised to 5 Tesla. Now next and last, the magnetizing current IM is the additional current that needs to be passed through the winding of the solenoid in the absence of the core, which would give the B value as in the presence of the core. Thus B is equal to mu r mu 0 into bracket I plus Im0. Using the equation, this I is equal to 2 ampere, B is equal to 1. Other question we know, that is B will be 794 ampere. Example 5.11 on page number 194 is a solved numerical illustration. A domain of ferromagnetic iron is in the form of a cube of side of length 1 micrometer, that is 10 raised to minus 6 meter. Estimate the number of iron atoms in the domains. Number 2, and maximum possible dipole moment. Third, the magnetization of the domain, that is M. Now answer. Given the molecular mass of Fe is 55 grams per mole and its density is 7.9 gram per centimeter cube. Assume that each iron atom has a dipole moment of 9.27 into 10 raised to minus 24 ampere meter square. That is per atom, this dipole is given. So we have to calculate the number of atoms, correct? The volume of the cubic domains is the B is equal to 10 raised to minus 6 meter cube. The side of the domains is the cubical domains has a length 1 micrometer. So that is volume is the length into cube, that is 10 raised to minus 6 meter cube, that is 10 raised to minus 18 meter cube, or 10 raised to minus 12 centimeter cube, because 1 meter cube is equal to 10 raised to 6 centimeter cube. Its mass is equal, now mass is equal to volume into density. So mass is, that is equal to, the volume is 10 raised to minus 12 centimeter cube into density is 7.9. CGS system both are taken gram per centimeter cube, that is, that mass is equal to this 7.9 into 10 raised to minus 12 gram. So number of atoms in the domains, say n. Avogadro number is 6.023 into 10 raised to 23. That is, it is given that the molecular mass of Fe is 55 grams. 55 grams, the number of atoms is equal to the Avogadro number, that is 6.023 into 10 raised to 23. So how many number of atoms will be in this grams? This mass, that is 7.9 into 10 raised to minus 12 into 6.023 into 10 raised to 23 upon 55. That comes about 8.65 into 10 raised to 10 atoms. Answer to the next question. The maximum possible dipole moment, that is M maximum, is achieved for the, that is not actually we can obtain or achieve, but suppose we want to calculate, then in the case when all atomic moments are perfectly aligned in the direction of the magnetic field, correct? That will give rise the maximum magnetic dipole moment. So M maximum, dipole moment maximum, is equal to 8.65 into 10 raised to 10 number of atoms into magnetic moment of dipole moment of one atom. The magnetic dipole moment of one atom, it is 9.27 into 10 raised to minus 24 ampere meter square, correct. So, maximum dipole moment of all these atoms in a domain will be equal to 8 into 10 raised to minus 13 ampere meter square. Now, third, the maximum magnetization. Maximum magnetization equal to maximum dipole moment upon volume, that is maximum dipole moment per unit volume. So, divide by volume, domain's volume is, we will already calculate 10 raised to minus 18 meter cube, that is the volume of the domain, and maximum dipole moment of all atoms is equal to 8 into 10 raised to minus 13 ampere meter square. So, correct. So, that is come equal to 8 into 10 raised to 5 ampere meter minus 1. Now, question number 5.1 of the exercise on page number 200. The question is, first question, a vector needs three quantities for its specification. Name three independent quantities conventionally used to specify the earth magnetic field. These are the earth elements of the earth magnetic field also they are called. So, what are the three elements of the earth magnetic field? To know the complete details of the earth magnetism, there are three independent quantities used to specify the earth magnetic field. They are as under. Number 1, magnetic declination, D. Number 2, angle of dip or inclination. Remember, inclination is not declination, correct? Dip is inclination, it is symbolized by I. Inclination I. The horizontal component of the earth magnetic field, and that is He. Now, number 2, the angle of, the questions are in the book, so I leave it to you to read from the book, answers are here. The angle of dip at a location in South India is about 18 degree. What would you expect, a greater or smaller dip in the Britain? Britain is a northern hemisphere, so it is near the pole, northern pole. So, that we know that the angle of dip is 0 as a magnetic equator, and angle of dip is 90 at poles, whether it is south pole or north pole, magnetic poles, because needle stays vertical at that position. If it is suspended on the horizontal axis, so it can move in the vertical plane, correct. So, if it moves like this, then it will stay vertical at the poles. So, near the pole it is 90, in between it is between 0 and 90, as we have already studied. So, Britain is very close to that, so it is not 90, but it is about a 70 degree in between. It is greater, answer is greater, and it is about 70 degree. Why? Because it is, Britain is closer to the magnetic south pole or geographical north pole, it is in the northern hemisphere. C. Next, if you made a map of magnetic field lines at Melbourne in Australia, Melbourne is in Australia, Sydney, Perth, would the lines seem to go into the ground or come out of the ground? They will come out of the ground, because it is the southern hemisphere and there is a north pole of earth magnetism, earth, that is NM, is situated in the geographical south. So, they will emanate from the north pole and converge at the south pole. The earth magnetism, the north pole of the earth magnetism is situated in the south geographical pole, and south pole of the earth magnetism is situated in the north geographical pole. Not exactly, but there is a separation of about 2000 kilometers. The magnetic lines of force of the earth magnetism will seem to come out of the ground at the Melbourne in Australia, because what is the reason? This region lies in the southern hemisphere of the earth, where the earth magnetic north pole lies, correct? So, they come out from that. Next question, D. In which direction would the compass free to move in the vertical plane point to, if located right on the geographical north or south pole? At the north and south pole, we know the earth magnetic field is at right angle, vertical. So, horizontal needle can stay in any direction. The Earth's magnetic field is exactly vertical at the poles, and so the horizontal components of the Earth field is 0. Correct? There is no horizontal component, there is only vertical component, which makes the compass needle point in any direction at the poles. So compass needle will point in any direction because Earth's magnetic field will not affect, it is at right angle at poles. Correct? E, second last. In the Earth's field, B is claimed roughly approximately the field due to the dipole of magnetic moment 8 into 10 raised to 20 power 22 joules per Tesla. Located at its center. Check the order of magnitude of the number of some way. That is, the magnetic field B at the equatorial point of the Earth's magnetic dipole is given by the equation we have already studied. This B is equal to mu 0 upon 4 pi into m upon r cube. R is the radius of the Earth, m is the magnetic dipole moment of the Earth's field. Correct? B is the magnetic field strength, that is of the order of 10 raised to minus 5 Gauss. Let us see, check it. So, m is given, magnetic dipole moment of the Earth magnetic field is given, that is 8 into 10 raised to power 22 joules per Tesla, and radius of the Earth is 6.4 into 10 raised to 6 meter. So, B is equal to 10 raised to power minus 7 into 8 into 10 raised to power 22 upon 6.4 into 10 raised to 6 cube. That comes about 0.3 into 10 raised to minus 4 Tesla, or you can write 0.3 Gauss, or you can write 3 into 10 raised to power minus 5, which is of the order of magnitude of Earth's magnetic field. Last one, and F. Geologists claim that besides the main magnetic NS poles, there are several local poles on the Earth's surface, orient in different directions. How is such a thing possible at all? These other poles are due to the magnetized ferromagnetic materials in the Earth interior. The Earth's field is only approximately a dipole field. Local NS poles may arise due to the different deposits of magnetized minerals. These minerals are magnetized due to the Earth's magnetic field, and that is why they show.